Hello and welcome folks, today we're watching Beholden Ruston, also known as BeholdenBaton, playing as a warlock here who is walking the witch path that leads to war, and that is leading him to shoot destructors and then little tiny baby destructors at those heretics, and this one just went, woohoo, I'm dead, because that baby destructor. Don't really know how it works. I mean, it's just some sort of Eldar psychic witchcraft. It's best not to think about it, and generally just pick up your bolt gun and shoot the cunt. That's the best course of action. That's from the Torpid Codex. Okay. And he's going to be facing up against Sir... Man, what? Honestly, what are these names? I feel like, you know, I can pronounce the fucking Rus names better than I can the ones that aren't Rus now. Sir Dauk? 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 Is it Dauk? Sir Dauk? Dauk? I don't know. It's actually really annoying me. Is it Sir Dauk or Sir Dauk? Either way, you know what? I'm just going to call him Sir. Someone can tell me in the comments down below how you pronounce it. Hopefully he knows. He's the one who made it. Unless this is like a famous name and I'm just completely ignorant. But yeah, Sir's getting a little bit pissed off from the harassment here from the Warlock. Fortunately, his CSM are doing a good job whittling the Warlock down. I don't really know why the Warlocks took so much damage. Maybe while I was rambling on about names, he decapped this power. And so in order to get that decap, he would have took a lot of damage from the CSM. So one of the difficult things when you're playing as the Chaos early on, you want to go for your double heretics because they're cheap, it gives you a bit of map control, CSM don't do a lot of damage for their cost. But then you have very limited options to actually kill the tanky melee heroes, and the Warlock's particularly bad because of his ability to drop a destructor on the ass of your heretics. A little bit of a misengagement there from Sir. He should have had both of the heretics engage the Banshees simultaneously. If they do, they will dominate them, but this is a really bad engagement. That was a very well aimed destructor there against the moving target from Beholden, and now the CSM are walking down, they walk right into Banshees, and all 5 Banshees are on that CSM. He is so screwed. He gets mauled to pieces. Now the Plague Champion has been running around on his own. Honestly, maybe it would have been a better idea to have some heretics doing all this side capping and having the Plague Champion down here to help in the main fights. Because right now, Baton is putting on the pressure, which is quite odd, really, for an Eldar. I mean, the Guardians lose one-on-one to the Heretics, or at the very least, the Heretics can negate them. They can push the Guardians away and block them out and, you know, remove the influence of both units. But the Guardians cost nearly 50% more than the Heretics. So that's an advantage to the Chaos, but the problem is the Banshees can 1v1 the CSM, but not with the garrisons on this map. So really, it is a bit unusual that the Chaos player is getting wrecked so hard in the other game here. Anyway, we got a Shuriken weapon team coming out for Beholden. That has just deterred the PC over here, and we're looking at some sort of timing push right now from Sir. You can see he's got his Noise Marines out as his tier 1.5. They're a very soft counter to a setup team. If they just walk head first, oh, he's going to lose his PC. He's going to get out just in time. If they just walk head first into the firing arc of a Shuriken, they will get suppressed at long range and they will lose too much HP. I don't know if they can actually just brute force their way through and silence them. I feel like they probably can, but it'd be super dangerous, because then the Shuriken just moves away once it's silenced, and it doesn't lose much HP. Meanwhile, you've lost 2 Noise Marines, so it's like, what have you really achieved? But if you can set it up with something like a barrage from your GL takes, so then the Noise Marines can move in without getting suppressed, then that's better. He didn't set it up perfectly here because he's blobbing all of his units up. Really, you want to split your Noise Marines and your GL ticks so that, you know, the Shuriken focuses the GL ticks, they get suppressed, and then the Noise Marines can advance without being suppressed. And a bit of a missed micro now. He did push the Shuriken back, but he didn't micro, and now it's going to reset up and suppress them at a distance. AC ticks here. Ooh, I was going to say, they should beat the Banshees one-on-one, even if the Banshees have got their aspect, which they don't. But the problem there was they took a little bit of chip from the Shuriken earlier, and then the presence of a merciless Witchblade Champion's Robe Warlock, who is a very fearsome tier 1 fighter. Clearly, Sir not realising there, he has actually got the Champion's Robe. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see this sort of blue aura, this bubble going around him. That is the energy shield that you get from the Champion's Robe, and that makes him immune to knockback while it's active, so you can see the cacophony there of the Noise Marines did not work. It's going to wear off soon though. You can see his energy is now gone, so a bit of focus fire from autoguns and the Plague Bolter might get rid of him. mean, he's a very, very tanky boy with this build. It's a very strong build. And he is just disrupting the hell out of these CSM. Gonna move in and start killing heretics. He will kill a heretic with every single swing of that Witchblade. Now moving on to the Plague Champion. They just can't get rid of this guy. Hence, Sir is going for a Havoc. Honestly, not a bad idea. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Beholden responds to this with some ranges to snipe the Havoc at a distance, or if he just tries to tech to tier 2. If he checks to tier 2, I would recommend dropping another gen down here. He could get another Shuriken as well, to be fair. I think all options are actually quite valid. The Rangers would probably have a bit more utility for scaling later on. Feels like double Shurikens won't be that good in tier 2, but the double Shurikens would be really strong in tier 1. It would certainly stop that grenade launcher barrage into Noise Marine combo from working if you've got double Shurikens layered. And as long as you keep your Shurikens split up, then the Havoc can only suppress one of them. But yeah, Sir's taking his time to get this Gen Bash. He's obviously setting it up right now. You can see he's got all of his units together. He's going to do a bit of a blob push, a timing push onto the Gen Farm. He needs to try and wipe it now because it does appear that Baton is going to be going tier 2. He now has the resources to go tier 2. So waiting for the geotics right now. He's blobbing up again. This is bad for him, Sir. Shouldn't be engaging altogether. Oh dear. He gets the barrage off and disrupts the Shuriken, but it doesn't matter. It's just easily... The Shuriken just resets up. Yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible push there from Sir. If you're going to do a big push and you know the enemy's sitting there with setup teams, don't come through in a choke point with all of your units together. The Noise Marine should have gone down here, the Havoc should have set up here, and the Geotix can attack from here. And he can't suppress all of them then. He has to suppress the Noise Marines. Well... all three that I just mentioned, they can all force off the Shuriken. The Geotics have got the range and do bonus damage against the heavy infantry and things in cover, so that's useful. It will take longer, but it will actually force them off. The Noise Marines, if they get too close, can silence them to stop them shooting, and then the Havocs can just suppress them. If the Shuriken doesn't counter-suppress, then that totally shuts down the Shuriken. So you just split your units up. There's only one Shuriken, that's why getting 2 Shurikens would have been safer for Baton. But it doesn't matter, Sir completely messed up that engagement. And so he's going to be quite far behind. Now we'll see that he's actually not that far behind in his tier 2 tech, but the problem is if we look here, not only is Baton way ahead in his tech, he's actually way ahead in his eco. Baton's already got 600 rec and 70 power. Honestly, if I was Baton, I would be trying to get this power node and node that up. He's got a lot of spare requisition. That said, spare requisition against the Chaos isn't always that bad. Warp Spiders tend to be a pretty amazing purchase. They would have mobility to counter the Chaos Havocs. Their DPS would be amazing against the commander armor of the Plague Champion, and of course the light infantry heretics would also get melted by the high levels of piercing DPS from Warp Spiders. But the first purchase is going to be a Falcon, which makes sense because Baton is massively ahead right now in terms of his tech. Now we probably should follow this up with some Warp Spiders. The great thing about Warp Spiders against Chaos, other than all the things I mentioned, is they deal with 2 of the best options that Chaos have in tier 2 as well. Plague Marines are light infantry, albeit very, very high HP and high regen light infantry. They're still light infantry, so your Warp Spiders are the best tool to kill them. And Bloodletters are light infantry as well. And they're going to be really good to deal with the Shuriken. So, yeah, Falcon into Warp Spiders would be great. And then the Warp Spiders get Haywire Grenades as well to slow down and temporarily disable the weaponry of enemy vehicles, including demonic vehicles like the Blood Crusher. So, look, that would be a perfect option for him. We'll see what Baton goes for. Maybe he'll go for something like Fire Dragons instead to have a bit more dedicated AV against the Blood Crusher. I think given that he's got a Falcon and maybe, yep, aspect of Strength Howling Banshees, meaning that the leader on the Banshees will have a heavy melee spear, which should be quite good against the Blood Crusher because it itself lacks melee resist. I think Fire Dragons would be a little bit excessive. Get your Warp Spiders. So the Falcon has been spotted in the background there, and hence Sir is upgrading to a Zinch Mark las cannon on his Havocs. You can see the Blood Crusher in play here. We're getting absolutely just wrecked by the twin pulse laser of the Falcon and the Executioner Spear here on the Banshee Exarch. But the beautiful thing with the Blood Crusher is you can heal it from a distance with your worship. So it'll be back in the action pretty soon. Again, that's why the haywire grenade would be quite good, because if you want to try and kill a blood crusher, generally you need to snare it, because it's constantly healing from worship, and it can charge away to escape any bad situations it doesn't want to be in. Well, the haywire grenade will certainly mitigate a lot of that. Looks like the Guardian's getting caught out here by some heretics. That's a good little pickup for Sir. That Guardian is getting a Warlock squad. Both Guardians are getting a Warlock squad. That will help them scale in ranged firefights. Honestly, I don't think that's such a high priority upgrade here for Baton. I probably would have waited a long time with those Warlocks. They're not really range trading with anyone at the moment, and whether you've got a Warlock or not, if you get caught in melee, you're going to lose. So, I don't really think it's a very high priority upgrade. Baton overextending quite dramatically into the base here, and oh my god, he's going to lose his Warlock as well from the damage over time from the Plague Champion. Yikes, this is some big losses here from Baton. He's focusing over here on his Falcon, which is being microed quite well actually by... the Blood Crusher is being microed quite well actually by Sir. Here comes an all-time. So that was the Warlock going down, the Exarch on the Banshee is going down, and 3 Banshee models as well, so that's quite expensive. And with the Autarch coming down, she's another requisition heavy purchase. Oh, Sir's forgot his heretics are in worship here. Can the Autarch kill him? No, get away with 1 model I think. Oh wow, she kills it with the leap damage! Oh my god. She will just get out alive, damn. Very close, 40 HP there. Thanks to that damage over time on the Plague Bolter. And it's going to be a Chaos Dreadnought apparently for Sir. Well, time to upgrade the Shuriken to a Bright Lance then in that case. So the Autarch's an interesting one. Honestly, she's going to be kind of difficult to deal with right now. Warlock has been repurchased. Now you've got 3 relatively tanky melee units. None of whom the heretics can really handle. So your Noise Marines are getting tied up. You see that on your Plague Champion. Here we go, we've got the noisy Noise Marines. They've got their Blastmaster out for the boys. Well, that can get jumped on by the Autarch, so that's going to be problematic. So really, I mean, Sir needs to kill this damn Falcon to have any chance of staying in this game. I mean, it's funny, I say that, but he is actually ahead on VPs right now somehow. I'm not really sure how he's doing so well on VPs. You know, I feel like I've seen Baton down here more often than I've seen Sir over here, so it's a bit weird. There you go. Nice bit of friendly fire from the Blastmaster there with this very delayed shot. But the Blood Crusher's going to go in and type the Shuriken, I guess. It's got a little bit of time. Okay, it's just going to charge out. It's not the engagement that Sir wants. Sir's not very good with his army versus army engagements, that's what I'm noticing. Oh, we've got a fusion gun on the Autarch. I don't like this play. It's such a bad AV weapon. I don't know what it is about it. It says 29.87 melter DPS, which you'd think is actually really solid. Like, it's not that much worse than the Tech Marine melter gun, I don't think, but it just feels like it's trash. It feels like it doesn't do any damage. Maybe because you often have the Autarch in fleet, and that reduces her range damage, I'm not sure. But, like, now she's not a melee sub-commander, so you can't just jump on the Blastmaster. Well, you can, but you're not going to force it off, you're just going to stop it shooting for a while, so that feels kind of bad. A bit of an Eldar flank here from Baton, going after the Gen Farm. It is still relevant. Ooh, Chosen Plague Marines. I like this purchase right now. With the build that Baton's gone for, the fact that we're not seeing any Warp Spiders, the fact that we've got the Autarch running around, and that we've got these annoying threats in the melee Warlock and the Banshees, I think those Chosen Plague Marines are really good. Don't get to see this guy too often. Wow, the Banshee's really trying to take out the Blood Crusher there, and damn did they come close, but unfortunately for Baton, that is going to be a really bad retreat path for his Banshees. They're going to get wiped, but the Autarch comes in, saves the day, leaps after that Blood Crusher and kills it with her fusion gun. Classic Caster's Curse right there. Shit talk the fusion gun and then it kills the Blood Crusher. I think that's clearly a very good trade for Sir regardless. He's still got a vehicle on the field, so there's still vehicle armor in play. Oh my god. Seriously, this Blastmaster, it's killed more Chaos units than anything else so far. So he's still got his vehicle armor in play, and that's something that Baton has to contend with, and now he's got rid of one of the biggest threats in the form of that very annoying Banshee squad. Now Baton has actually gone for some Warp Spiders now too. They're in the centre, they're going to be good against really everything. Just got to watch out for Blastmaster shots, they could be pretty brutal. Might be an idea to go inside the garrison. Oh, okay. She's just going to leap on top of the Blastmaster, shut it up for a bit, fair enough. Now she can turn around and shoot at that Dreadnought. Yeah, the double repair support is very, very powerful. But there's a Noxious Cloud, that is going to deter the Guardians, they've got to get out of there, they can't keep repairing it. They're going to get killed by the Cloud. Warp Spiders are very squishy, they don't want to be eating autocannon shots to the face. Somehow within all of that, Baton didn't cap the central VP, he didn't set up or de-set up his Bright Lance, so that was a bit of a mistake for him. That could have been a lot more VPs in his favour. I guess this is why he's still behind on VPs. He's going to reset up his Bright Lance. Chaos Dreadnought will be in range, so shouldn't really be able to deter the Warlock here. You do get a little bit of healing from the Nurgle Worship on your vehicles, even if they're not demons, but it's not very good. It's 3.5, just like infantry, but that's obviously a lot worse on a vehicle because there's only one model in a vehicle squad versus the many models in an infantry squad. So Guardian's attempting to cap here, but they're not going to be able to thanks to the Blastmaster. The Blastmaster proves quite useful. Might be an idea to send the Chosen Plague Marines to the natural of Baton, since they're very hard to deal with on their own. You know, there's basically no unit one-on-one that can deal with the CPM. Warp Spiders can obviously hurt them and then teleport away, but as long as you use like buildings and shot blockers, you should be alright. Touch a Nurgle on the Chosen Plague Marines, just brute forcing his way through here clearly, as you can see. Lost 2 of them, but every time they die they heal the remaining models. So overall it just makes them very, very tough. And yeah, they're just walking through. They've got pretty strong plasma pistols as well. So you can see them slaying some of the Eldar there with plasma, which is obviously not ideal against light infantry, but that just shows you the strength of those plasma pistols. The Web Brigade was spotted as well, so he takes that out. We didn't really see much play out of that Web Brigade, so I don't think that's too impactful. But I didn't realise Beholden this whole time was going tier 3, so now he has a energy shield on his Falcon, which is going to make it extremely tanky. Basically turns it into something like a mainline battle tank. It's not quite as fast, and it doesn't have the burst damage of a true mainline battle tank like a Predator, but it's similar. It's an anti-all platform that's fast moving and a pain in the ass to kill. He's getting very aggressive with it here, but he does have the support of the Guardians to repair the Falcon if needed. He also has the Autarch moving in now with that fusion gun. Pew pew pewing away. It's doing decent damage. Probably want to send the Chosen Plague Marines in to try and do something to stop that Autarch from shooting. If you've got something closer to a moving unit, the moving unit will always target the thing that's closest to it. So if you have the CPM closer to the Autarch as she's chasing the Dreadnought, the Autarch as she's moving in will shoot at the CPM instead. So that might have helped Sir get his Dreadnought out alive there, but unfortunately it didn't work. Now we've got actual Plague Marines, not Chosen Plague Marines. I've said it many times, I'm going to say it again, I would love to see Chosen Plague Marines changed into Plague Bearers. They just... do they not fit it so much better? They're tanky, counter-initiation, melee superiority units that are slow-moving and really hard to kill. And they've got a rotting breath attack that stops you healing and creates zombies. How is this not Plague Bearers? There's nothing Plague Marine about them, and why are the Chosen Plague Marines running around with fucking Nurgle butter knives instead of really powerful Nurgle armor weapons? I don't get it. Also, there's 3 normal Plague Marines, but 4 chosen ones? Okay. Cool story, bro. Sound very chosen to me. Chosen by fucking Ranald. Give us Plague Bearers, come on, do it. Wow, Blastmaster not doing a lot of damage to the Guardians in the building there. I'm really shocked. That seemed very weird. I thought I was going to take off like half their HP. The fuck? Why is it not doing more damage? What on earth? That's really strange. Ooh, Warlock maybe going down here. Should go down to the Plague Bolter. Oh, no, maybe not. CSM stop firing. Shh. Oh, he gets him. Damn. Very close. What Spiders becoming a melee unit at this point. But you see, the Falcon's got so much energy on the shield, it doesn't even care. It can take 3 of these missile shots without losing HP, then it just turns off its shield and heals again. I mean, look, the Falcon in Tier 3 might not be as fast as a mainline battle tank, and might not have the same damage as a mainline battle tank, but by God, the ability to self-heal. If you just think every one of these energy that's going up is actually, what is it, 3 HP? 3.5 HP? Self-healing 3.5 HP that fast? That's pretty dope on a vehicle. It's pretty dope. So we did see that the Seer Council are going to be the option here for Baton. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tricky for Sir Dauk. The Seer Council will be pretty damn good against the CPM. Not amazing, but pretty damn good. But in general, it's just going to disrupt all of his army so badly. And then with the Double Guardians and the Spiders, there's actually quite a lot of piercing DPS to deal with these CPM and PMs. And I don't really see how he's going to kill this. Okay, I was going to say how he's going to kill this Falcon. He's gone for an autocannon for that reason. He wants a bit more anti-vehicle, but no, he didn't want to fully commit to another las cannon. It's tricky because of the autark. Now there's no vehicle, the autark can go to the spear instead. Maybe throw a grenade on these guys capping Guardians? Nope, they're just chilling. Okay. Alright, he's going to rotate the Seer Council around. He's not... Okay, there they go, they're leaping in. Get their disruption going. Wow, nearly wipes them. Jesus. If it wasn't for the slowing aura from the Plague Marines here, that guy here would have definitely caught up to this guy and killed him. Now the Blastmaster is getting wrecked. Seer Council are in the face of an autocannon, which isn't too pleasant for them, but only losing 2 models isn't that bad. You see here, this thing is just regened all of its energy. It's so strong. Such a powerful vehicle. Especially when you get levels on it, because then the energy regen goes up, and not only does the max HP and the damage go up, but the energy goes up. So that shield is getting way stronger. Autark rotating back mid, I was going to say, yeah, she should probably be putting pressure on the natural right now. You can clearly see that he's got his entire army in the base, and she is indeed going to be donning her Executioner Spear as well. So she'll be a nice scary melee threat. Difficult for Sir Dauk to kill that Autark with any single unit. Maybe, yeah, for sure. He lost so many models in that engagement. Dropping down a drop pod if he was Space Marines would have been lovely. But yeah, chaos. You don't get that shit, you filthy heretic. God, now she's getting the force field as well. She's going to be a very tanky lady. The CPM are the one unit that will actually be able to 1v1 her. But she's just buying time right now. Of course, it is a 2-0 cap in favour of Baton right now, so all the time that she buys is good. Warlock can now move in, disrupt them even further with his leap. Falcon showing rear armour. A bit weird. Doesn't even do half of the energy shield. Yikes. Warlock slowly getting whittled down. He has his shield as well though. You see the Plague Marines are just amazing at dealing with these melee heroes. That's why they're a good choice. These slaughter CSM? No? Yeah, they are. They only just swapped now. We're touching Nurgle on them too. That was a good play. That could have wiped the squad if one of them did die and the explosion went in. Now they can go after the Spiders. Ooh, Spiders got hit nasty. Blastmaster shot there, and then the explosion from the touch of Nurgle. Killing the Spiders. Good shit. Blastmaster hit again. Putting in work on the Falcon. See, oh, and Baton missed up his micro as well. He forgot about his Warlock, and the Warlock got killed. Perhaps tried to click him into the garrison, and he misclicked. So the Plague Marines did manage to kill him, though the whole ploy about stopping the cap did work, but Sir managed to cap the mid. So Falcon's now getting some repair duties. Autark moving down, trying to get rid of the Blastmaster. This needs to be her primary focus now, because this Blastmaster's putting in a lot of work, as we've seen in that last engagement. Only having some heretics nearby isn't really going to help against the Autark. Not at this point, not when she's level 2. She's got a shield as well. All the Eldar units with shields right now. Yeah, this is really tricky for Sir Dauk. I don't really know what he can do, because he's just bleeding so much requisition every engagement that he can't really get new units out. Could do with some gear on his Plague Champion. Nurgle Shrine would probably be somewhat helpful, but I'm noticing that Baton has a tremendous amount of red right now as well, enough to drop a nuke, so it would be nuke bait. Of course, dropping a nuke just to destroy a shrine would not be a bad trade for Sir Dauk. But he really just, he doesn't have the resources. The real problem with the shrine is that, not that the shrine itself can be destroyed by the Eldritch, of course it can, but if you've got a healing shrine, you're going to be blobbing your units around the shrine, and then a big engagement kicks off, and then you get nuked within the engagement, and it's hard to micro. You can imagine very easily you can end up losing multiple squads.
The runes of fate and sight are cast.
Certainly, the situation right now is definitely favouring Baton. I mean, let's have a look at his pop. Can he even purchase any more things? He can, wow. His pop isn't bad at all. Benefit of having a sub-commander, I guess, with a very low pop cost. So he can get a Fire Prism next. Oh yeah, I guess he lost his Wart Spiders, didn't he? Blastmaster's been an absolute cunt. Autark really failed there. What that was all about. Oh, here comes the Eldritch. Oh, this looks brutal. Sir Dauk's not noticed until it's way too late. Did it get it? Oh my god, it didn't even kill the Blastmaster. Oh god, Baton's going to be fuming about that. Dude, I feel like that didn't even kill much. What the fuck? Yeah, but it's the triple cap against him anyway, so yeah, it's going to be the GG. Yeah. He just can't compete with this mobility. Now we've got, oh yeah, Witchblade of Kernus, Providence on the Warlock. You couldn't even kill this guy anyway. Now we can go invincible and start spamming this ability, which nukes things around him. I think he gets to use it 4 times in a row with Providence. Yeah, Sir Dauk was screwed. I mean, clearly something went wrong in Tier 2 there. Sir Dauk, the main mistake he made was, dude, that engagement where he went through a choke point here with a big timing push to wipe the gens when Beholden was just saving to take to Tier 2. I mean, he let his opponent get fewer units and more gens early, and he didn't do anything about it. Like, he didn't achieve any gen bash with it. He just achieved a little bit more map control. That isn't worth it. So Beholden then got the Falcon out early, and my god, was this Falcon the MVP. Level 4 by the end of the game. I'm not surprised. It did beautifully. And hey, kudos about the Autark play. Really nice Autark play. Managed to finish off the Blood Crusher with a fusion gun, put tremendous amounts of pressure onto the Chaos Dreadnought, and actually killed it with a fusion gun Autark as well. And then swapped to the Executioner Spear and was a pain in the ass in the late game. Beautiful to see it. I enjoy seeing a little bit of Eldar gameplay. It's quite rare these days. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. I am signing out.